lovely, and welcome to Color Chats with Moira. And my special guest today, I'm so excited, is Sherry Brouzes. Hi, Sherry.
Hi, Moira. It's good to see you today. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, so it's going to be a great conversation because you've recently consulted with me as my Feng Shui expert. And I'm dying to share this information with everybody out there because I love it when I come across new nuggets, especially when it involves color. And I just want to tell the whole world, you know, that's probably why I'm not a millionaire. I can't keep any secrets or patents or anything like that in my head.
It's so funny.
Oh. All right, I'm going to just have a little look to see that we're live. I'm just checking on the iPad next to us here that we're definitely live. There we go. I can see we are. That's fantastic. And then I'm just going to make sure. Oh, Philippa Q. Hi, Sherry and Moira. Hi, Philippa. We can see you, darling. Okay, Lisa. Good morning, beautiful color soul. Same to you, Lisa. You're in good company. Oh, Patty. She's been on the show already.
Hi, Patty.
She's there saying hello. Oh, Jeanette. Hello from Spain. I haven't seen you in ages. Oh, my goodness. I know you're on and off Facebook sometimes, but welcome back to Facebook. Moira Andrews, Yvonne Volo is on, Leslie Ann Iveson. Oh my goodness, it's like, this is like a Color Mirrors reunion fest whenever these wonderful faces come up. There's Aurelia from Denmark. Oh my goodness, Aurelia watches absolutely everything to do with Color Mirrors. She is amazing. Okay, I just have to check the sound. Okay, on the iPad, I could hear something in the background, so that's now done. Anne says hello. Anne, she's just written the astrology for the pink edition in Amy's magazine. And of course, Sherry and myself contribute columns as well. And she sent me a snippet of the Aquarian forecast for the next few months. I have to say, Anne, I kind of like it. It bodes well for me. So thanks for alerting me pre-publishing what was happening there. Jeanette from Spain says, lovely to be back on. Yeah, I should think so, Jeanette. You can't not be on Facebook. It's how we all keep in touch and send love around the world. Okay, so the special pick of the week, because we've got Sherry and she's into Feng Shui, and of course all the elements in the Color Mirror system, the element bottles are so popular. What we've done is we want you to pick a bottle that is going to be actually an element spritzer. So let me just share screen here and just show you your numbers so you can get it. There we go. Share, share, share. There we are. 1, 2, or 3. And this is going to give you an element bottle. So in Color Mirrors, there's 6 element bottles. So 3 of them are going to be featured today. So let's see which one you are interested in picking. 1, 2, or 3. Okay, got it. And please remember to put your 1, 2, or 3 in the chat column. And also please share, 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 share the show, because Facebook has got a really, really tight way of you know, people like, you know, a handful of people see us when we go live, and so unless you guys that do come on, and remember to come on, share it and put it on your timeline and hit that share button or comment, it doesn't stay live on Facebook. We go dead in the water in 10 minutes. So please, please, please share. I really do appreciate if you do that. Okay, Anne says number 1, Deborah in the USA, number 3. Oh, that's nice. Deborah, you're going to love number 3. You and me, number 3. Moira saying 2, Philippa 2, Leslie 3, my go-to usually 3, says Lisa. Oh, we finally have another number 1. Anne and Diane Ramsey in the UK, you've got number 1s. Jeanette in Spain, number 2. Excellent. I love it. I love it. Love it. Please share, guys, while we're live here. Okay. This is going to be a really, really interesting show. And an interesting chat. Is not even a show, it's a conversation that we have. Sherry, I can't even remember, how did we meet? Where was our connection?
Our first connection, Moira, was in 2018. I came to your home to one of your Color Mirrors Oracle card classes.
Oh, yes, it was the cards that lured you into Color Mirrors. I love it, love it. That's right.
Yeah.
And then we had a chat about Feng Shui, and you were like, oh, now I'll gossip a bit here. You were like, oh, well, kind of, I'm retired and I go, you know, my hubby and I go to Florida and we do this and we do that. And like, I'm just doing this for myself for a bit of play. And I looked at you and that just didn't resonate with what I felt in your energy field, you know, because you know what I'm like, what I hear people saying, what I sense energetically are often two very different things. So I was a bit perplexed about you, because I thought, how's this woman saying she's like, she's not, you know, just doing this for fun, when I could see this huge expanded potential of energy around you. So yeah.
Yeah. It was kind of like a post-retirement hobby that I picked up after my nursing career. But unfortunately, it's taken a hold.
It's
And
taken a hold of you. You can see
taken
in
a
the background all the color bottles and the color charts. And
yeah. Yeah, I think with me, the COVID lockdown has really changed the traveling. So I decided to, I wanted to take the Color Mirror program for a while with you and kind of put it off for a year or so. And was a great time when you offered your first online Color Mirrors practitioner program.
again, because no
Yeah,
choice, you know, we were
amazing.
locked down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But so I joined that, and I've been studying with you, Moira, for a couple of years now
Yeah.
through two of the programs.
And you're on the 5-month mentoring program as well, now,
Yes,
teaching
yes,
all about the technology and bits and
uh,
pieces around business and
yeah,
fears around being in business and that kind of thing. Yeah,
yeah.
and that's
It's really
amazing.
excellent,
Yeah,
excellent teachings, and because, like you said, we need this now more than ever in our life. And the Color Mirrors program, I've always been interested in color. I've got a little bit interior design background, jewelry design, etc. And feng shui just popped out at me, and I've been intrigued with it ever since. I've been practicing about just over a decade now, and but as you said before, I made it a very low key business, doing mostly friends and close business partners and that kind of thing. But all of a sudden, I think I want to come out of the closet a little bit more, and Color Mirrors made me do it, and so did you.
no, I didn't do all color mirrors. Love it. Okay, well, let's share a little bit about color mirrors with people. And we feature a bottle, a bathe, one that you bathe in, you know, the oil and water bottle, and we feature a spritzer every week. So this week we're actually going to feature 2 bottles. So I'm going to go flip over here again to our slides, because you know me and my visual impact that I like to do on the show. So the bottle that we're going to look at today is 11, and that's Duality, and it's deep magenta. It looks almost dark at the top, like it's black on top of the white, but it's actually very, very deep magenta on clear. And of course, it is so symbolic of the yin and yang symbol, right? Because it has the light and the dark, the 2 sides. Now, you being in Feng Shui, I know that this symbol is important as well. Can you tell us a little bit about why this symbol features so heavily in Feng Shui?
Well, basically, the yin and yang is one of the most integral part of feng shui, and it originated from the I Ching, which is the book of changes, and its foundation in Taoism. But yin and yang, 2 polarities, one cannot exist without the other. The yin and yang in Chinese and feng shui culture is constantly moving and change, evolving, always in constant movement. Whereas here in the West, it's either black or white, soft or hard, where the Chinese culture, there was no separation. And that's why the color mirrors really hit the nail on the head for me, because there is no separation. We are all a part of the whole. We are all part of the divine. And it really rung for me, this bottle. And it's 11, which is the master number. And it's my birthday, what a day of my birth.
So you have a personal connection to this number. Yeah.
Yes,
And
yes.
it's in people who have 11 in their birth dates or life path numbers, they do tend to have difficult stuff happen to them in childhood, because they kind of get put on that path of self-mastery at a very young age. And magenta always indicates those childhood wounds and difficulties to master yourself, master your mind. Yeah. Yeah. Wonderful. Thank you. This is often picked when judgments have to be cleared, and it also, you know how the one and one stand next to each other, the portal. I always call them 2 pillars. They like a pathway or a portal for you to walk through. So I always say when this one comes up, or people see that 1111 on clocks a lot in those repeating sequence numbers, that that it says that something that you're going through right now in that moment is something you have to master. You know, this is something you're going to master. You know, you just, it's going to happen. You're going to go through this portal, and you're going to walk out the other side, and you're going to feel in a much more heavenly or softer space. So for any of you who have been seeing the number ones recently, repeating 11s, 11, triple 11s, 11 dots, 11s on clocks, you know, it says that you're in a kind of spiritual phase, study phase, learning phase, and you're going to go through a portal, and it's all going to be good when you come out the other side. It doesn't feel comfortable. Sometimes it feels like those you get squeezed a bit from both sides. It's like you just want to go through the gate, or the gates aren't opening when you wanted to. But yeah, it says there's light. There's going to be light at the end of the dark tunnel. It also reminds you to step into the light, on how to step into the light. And you claim your light, which is the bottom part of this bottle's fraction, once you embrace that magenta divine love and perfection in yourself and everything. And that means you can judge nothing. You absolutely cannot judge anything. If you begin to see everything as perfect, whether you deem it to be a good thing or a bad thing, that is how you step into the light. That's how you become a light being. And that's how you get more light in your auric field. That's why you can tell people who are masters, because they just have more white light in their auric field, because that's what they've done. They can't see things as a good or a bad thing. Yeah. Have you ever bathed in this one, Sherry?
No, I have not. I have not. I think it's on order. I think it's on order. I think I have it on order.
I'm going to check. I've got my orders next to me here. I'm going to make sure you got it on order, because I think that would be a good one for you to have a dip into and let us know what happens with that one. Yeah,
okay, will do.
Right. So the coral angel is the bottle that's being featured in the color mirror system, and this is the angel of manifestation and magic. You like this one?
Oh, I love it. I love this essence. It is so beautiful for expansion and unconditional love, self-acceptance. If you really want to shine your light and expand, as I'm doing now in my Feng Shui world, this is a beautiful, beautiful essence to use. It's just fabulous. Actually, it's part of my fame and reputation essence that I'm going to be doing a little workshop on the angels of color mirrors and the Feng Shui bag in the late fall. So it's very, very special. It's a beautiful, beautiful essence.
Oh, that's amazing. And it's also one that teaches and reminds us to nurture ourselves, take care of our body, take care of our diet. It's always one that says to me, hey, you know, you're eating too much. You're eating too much of the wrong thing. You're not taking probiotics. And I'm thinking, oh, why, this coral is coming up often. There'll be an advert that comes up on TV saying, here's probiotics or prebiotics or something, just like it forces the issue. This angel makes sure, that your body gets what it needs.
Yeah.
Love it. 2 colors make coral: pink, love, and yellow, joy.
I mean, how much better can it get than that?
Of love and joy.
Love and joy. It's
also lovely smelling essence in the sun. Often chosen by young children who are being bullied at school, and because coral is a bit of a soft shock absorbent. When parents have bought this bottle for the children, we find that it's like they suddenly have this ability to claim their power and stand up for themselves, but not bully back. It's a completely different energy that they get taken into, which really is just I no longer need to be bullied. I'm not a victim. I am powerful in my own right. So it really makes those little young minds suddenly grow up overnight, literally. And then, of course, in adults, this color is sometimes chosen to help with intimacy issues.
It's me.
Yeah, I often say to my class, to my students, Sherry's laughing at me now, and so those of you who've been on my classes, I say, get coral sheets. You've got a problem in your marriage, go and put in your partnership, go and get some coral in the bedroom. It helps. And it does. I've had lots of people come back and say to me, yeah, that one worked. I sprayed coral around the bedroom and I bought coral sheets, and
it works.
It works, yeah. In business, as you were saying earlier, Sherry, this is really great for helping you with expansion plans and new projects. And the energy of this bottle is so soft and nurturing. It takes that fear away of being too visible or too busy or too many demands being made of you. If it really just makes everything feel like it's the natural progression, the next step. So I love this bottle.
Yeah.
Let me just have a little look and see how we are here with our. Jeanette says, love coral. Lisa, coral angel shows up almost every one of the readings I do for people, along with a turquoise dragon. Lisa, that would say that you deal with people who've had a lot of shocks and who are looking for a softer way of going through life. That's nice. That's great that you're able to help in that way. Rightio. So I want to share with you guys how Sherry and I have recently been working together the last 2 months. I had this vision. I wanted to create a patio, a retreat space, a private space. Just to give you an example, we're in a townhouse, and at the bottom end got neighbors right on both borders. They both have decks that overlook into our yard. And at the end of it, we have a public footpath because we've got a ravine, a very deep ravine behind us with lovely flowing water. But, you know, people are constantly walking past there all day long. And I wanted to create a little retreat. So I had these ideas, and, you know, I live with a bunch of men. So they, you know, I just know that if I say to them, can you do this and that, they'll go, what? And so I decided to come up with pictures. I created this vision board, printed it out in a big piece of paper, popped it on the fridge, and said to the boys, this is what I'd like us to do as a family project over spring. And I said to the boys, to motivate them, you can't go to gym because COVID's got it all shut down. We've been in lockdown here in Canada. So this is going to be like family exercise. That's how I manipulated them, which is a very coral thing to do. Manipulated them into saying, yes, let's build mom a patio, right? Yeah, so these were the ideas I had and came up with it. But then I kind of thought, you know, where do I put the water fountain? Where do I put the fire table? And then you and I started having a conversation, and you did a consultation for me. So I'd like to share with our viewers today how that came about, because although color is very important to me, the placing of the elements to me felt very, very important. And this is where Sherry came in to help me. So we're going to share with you that process. I hope you find this interesting, guys. Okay, so first thing you did, Sherry, was you had I think, was it a Google photograph you looked at?
Yeah, I have, for my Zoom consultations, I use Google Earth and a compass program I have. And in order to break down your property, we put the bagua right over your whole property, right from the front to the back. And the last 3 zones in your backyard was the southwest, the south, and the southeast.
Yeah. There's the southeast, the south. Yeah. So there was the patio, and then this end was the ravine. So that's what you came up and you showed me what my 3 zones are. And they were equal in width, this one, right?
Yeah.
So then based on that and the information you gave me about what needs to go in the southeast, the water fountain needs to go there. The fire pit needs to be placed more or less in the center. And on this side here, on the southwest, you said I also needed an extra water fountain. And I thought, well, I've only got 1 water fountain. What do I do now? But I asked you, why did you suggest that I have a water fountain in that part of the garden as well?
The southwest and the east right now until period 9, which we're in period 8 right now in Feng Shui, and it ends in 2023. And those are the best positions for water features right now. It's the southwest and the east. Okay. And that is due to the fact that it has to do with the direct and indirect spirits, which is another form of Feng Shui that goes quite deeper. And I'm not going to get into that right now, but it will change. The locations will change again in February 2024. For the best.
And it was also because my front door was facing.
Yes, the facing. Yeah. That's correct.
Yeah.
You have a
completely south face the back of the house.
Yeah. And in Feng Shui, there's 4 different type of houses, and yours is the type of house that required water at the back. So why not put it in the southwest? Yeah.
Oh, lovely. So I appreciated that. Then I decided, okay, let me relook at my design. So I did a little design where I said to the boys, we're going to enclose the aircon with some breathable trellises. We're going to create a patio space here, 2 little perennial gardens there. And then, you know, the rest of the garden will be open, and we're going to plant 3 trees. I like the number 3. Yeah. So I wanted to plant 3 trees there. and the fire table kind of bridging the two. So I came back to you and I said, is that okay? And you said fine. And yeah, and then I thought, okay, I'll order a bird bath. I'll put a little bird bath here with a little solar fountain. So because I didn't want more electricity going here, because I already had the water fountain with electricity coming from the deck there. So then that came up with that, and we were like, go. And then the next 2 months, that's what happened, is the boys were building like crazy and digging gardens for me. And that was the before and after shot. I did share that on Facebook as well. Yeah, so it was just plain old space with a tiny little deck there. And yeah, and really nothing going on in the yard at all. And then this was the kind of finished product. We've done a little bit more since then, and this coming week we're laying some more seeds and that for the grass. And so then what I did was, once I had done this, I came back to you to show you the photographs and check with you that I had done everything correctly. And I actually did 1 or 2 things, and that, you said, oh, that's jolly good. And it was just intuition. So we're going to go through each section, and you're going to explain to the viewers just how this has happened, how this unfolded, and let's see how we go along. So this is the Southeast Wood section, wealth and abundance zone. What is important in the wealth and abundance zone?
Well, wealth, prosperity, wealth, and abundance. It's a wood element. So how perfect that you put your table fountain there, because water feeds wood, correct? In the cycle, in the productive cycle of feng shui. So all your plants, the wood elements you have are excellent for the wood zone. So is water. So anything that is attributed to the water element, such as the color blue and blacks. Deep blue and black is considered the color of the water feature in feng shui. And by doing that, you grounded the area, the wood area, with your blue, and the fire table is black. So you elementally balance those elements for auspicious energy, because your fire element is just a little bit over too far.
It's not quite in that center fire zone. It's mostly into the wood. So then I had intuitively put a blue carpet under there, and you said to me that actually helped to cancel out that.
Yes. So therefore you're getting all your balance by using your colors. You're balancing those feng shui zones and feeding your wood element. You're zapping your prosperity for wealth and prosperity with your water feature. So excellent zone, excellent feng shui in that area. It's beautiful, Moira.
Yeah, when we sit there, Paul and I on Sunday, even though it was so hot, it was like 35 degrees here, and the air was very heavy and humid. We just had to sit outside for a little bit, and we had our breakfast out, just sitting in that area on the bench, because it just felt so serene and amazing. Yeah. I like the idea of it being the wealth and abundance as well. How wood grows, trees grow and roots get strong. I like the symbolism of that. Yeah,
definitely.
Yeah.
That wood element.
Yeah. Okay. We'll come back up. There's a couple of questions here. We're going to come back and answer your questions. Let's just go to the other zone now, the Southwest zone. This is the earth element, and this is the love and relationship zone. So what can you tell us about this zone?
Well, the Southwest love and relationship zone is the area. It's basically the most yin area of the feng shui zone. And this area is attributed to the matriarch of the family, or the mother. So it's a very female auspicious area.
So good to have a dining room table.
Yes,
feeding the family, right?
Feeding the family.
Okay.
And also you have the beautiful square furniture, which is the earth element. The color is perfect with the beige and the browns, really, really ground that area. Even your concrete slabs are perfect, Moira, because they're made of concrete, they're square. So that is really beautiful grounding. And then on top of it, you have the bird bath, the water sitting in a concrete earthenware type of bowl, which also really, really ties in well with that area. It's just beautiful. It worked really beautifully.
And we put a little solar, you can see a little
Yeah,
solar
yeah,
floating thing there that
yeah,
just the water is constantly moving. So
yeah.
we're
And
surrounded by the sound of water.
yeah, and I'm glad you did that, because in feng shui, it's better to have your water feature either facing your home, like flowing towards your home, or have the 360 like you have in your bird
Yeah.
bath. So that
Yeah.
really worked out well. Yeah.
Yeah, because even the other one on the other side, the main water side, it flows to the side and then it falls to the front. So it falls towards the house. Yeah, it faces the
Yeah,
house. I
perfect.
tried putting it on the side of the fence and something felt wrong. It didn't feel right. So when I flipped it around, shame the boys had to move it so many times. They were very good for me feeling my way in. It settled. Yeah,
Settled.
it's amazing. Yeah.
Very intuitive, and a lot of feng shui is very intuitive. It's a lot of us have that innate sense. So you did a great job. It's beautiful.
No, but I mean, I listened to you. You're
Oh,
really good.
yeah.
Okay. So then the center part, which is the south one. So there we have that's the southwest, that's the southeast that we've spoken about. So this is the center, is mostly the pathway that
Yeah.
kind of leads us out of the house to this zone of the garden and then to the second zone. So
Yeah.
here, of course, the barbecue went in there, and this is the fire element for fame and recognition. So what can you tell us about this area? Because I did finally get some fire in there.
Yeah. The fame and reputation area it is the south, obviously, and it's the most yang area of the feng shui bagua. It is associated with summer, heat, how you shine your light, and expansion, career recognition. So when you light that barbecue, you're activating all those wonderful qualities. So that's a great area. Another thing I've seen too is you have two beautiful yellow planters flanking each side of your panels, your beautiful black panels. And that is fabulous, because the yellow color represents earth in feng shui. The earth element is yellow, and it is in the center of the gua. And basically you have them there flanked in the center, but also it is the earth element. Yellow represents earth, and earth feeds earth, and fire feeds earth. Fire makes earth. So the fire and earth go very well together in this area. So it's just wonderful you happen to put the yellow pots. It just works gorgeously. Yeah.
We have these, Ruben went and got these two beautiful metal solar lights that just gives off these beautiful shape of lights in the evening, lit up that area.
Yeah, and that's what you need there. You need the light, you need the fire element. So beautiful choice. Yeah.
And then the last thing I kind of added was was just this
Oh,
I actually put this fuchsia
oh,
a
yeah.
bougainvillea in, which reminds me of Africa, and for Ruben it reminds him of Venezuela, where he's from. So it kind of was the southern hemisphere tropical energy.
Yes.
So is that a good spot for that?
That's a very good spot, because once again, it's in the center. You're flanking. It's almost directly in front of the one of your pots.
Yeah.
And it gives that tropical feel. Bougainvilleas were all over Florida too, just beautiful. So gorgeous, gorgeous choice. Yeah, very lovely.
Fabulous, fabulous. Thank you. I'm glad that worked out well. I got it right. Okay,
Definitely.
so what we're going to do is just let everybody take a note right now. You have a Facebook group called Colors of Feng Shui, and you have a website. So guys, please make note of this right now. If you want to have a consultation, or if you want to ask questions for free in the Facebook group as well. I believe Catherine, she married my son. She was the minister. Catherine Jujak was the minister for Michael and myself. And she showed me her upstairs room, because they've just rebuilt their room, and they put this huge big 4 wooden, beautifully carved poster bed in with 2 French doors. And of course, it like, according to Feng Shui rules, the whole thing was completely wrong, but you actually helped her to realize that actually she did everything right. On the Colors of Feng Shui group. So if you guys want to go and have a look at what Catherine's bedroom looks like, and the conversation between her and the consultation that Sherry did to help her. I think you said to her the only thing she was really missing was the fire, some warm orange color. You said to put a sunset or a sunrise picture or something in.
Yeah. Because just to add that flair, because I wasn't sure what corner it was in, but because of she had a lot of wood in her bedroom, as you know, the heavy wood bed. It's beautiful, but a little too much wood for sleeping, according to Feng Shui now. And or you can also get headaches, etc. So to balance that out, I suggested she put up a photograph or wall hangings with reds, sunsets, or something like that would be really beautiful, because fire melts. Fire obviously will burn the wood. Yeah. So it'll diminish some of that heavy wood element. Yeah.
Yeah, I love it. So guys, please go and join the Colors of Feng Shui group and pop over to Sherry's website as well. So I'm going to come back so you and I can just have a chat here and have a look at all the questions. Lisa says, question, it looks like Moira has water on both sides, southwest and southeast. Does that count as a water feature? I'm not sure what that question is, Lisa, but I know we purposefully placed the two water features on each side. On either side of me, I've only got people. I've got my neighbors. They don't have any water in the yard. I have water at the end in the bottom of the ravine, right down the bottom of it.
Yeah.
Anne says, what if you are putting a pool in?
What if you're putting a pool in? Very good question, Anne.
Maybe a hot tub.
Yeah, or a hot tub.
Where would that go in an area like that?
Well, first of all, you'd have to give me I'd have to see your property to divide it properly for you. But there is one good thing about a pool, is that it can take you out of what's called an annual lock in Feng Shui. That's another layer, but you have to try though to make sure your pool isn't too close to the house. You know, have enough at least 12 to 24 feet, because if the water's too close, that's too much energy too. So make sure, if you were going to do that, I would really suggest getting a professional consultation. And
that's a big,
I'm here for you, Anne.
That's big if you put in a pool and then you suddenly feel it doesn't feel right. To move it is not easy. So you want to get a Feng Shui consultant in. I actually saw an episode on Property Brothers recently where they called in a Feng Shui expert. Well, somebody said that they wanted the Property Brothers to redo their house, but they wanted according to the principles of Feng Shui. Yeah, so
it was good. Yeah, it was a great program. Yeah.
Let's have a look here. Philippa Q says, oh, what a transformation. Thank you. Yeah, we did a good job there. My boys did. Lisa said it was the overhead map. It looked like water blue. Oh, it was just the image on the image, Lisa. Thank you for that. Yeah. Anne says, thank you, I will. Yeah, Anne, if you're going to buy a property, because Anne's looking at getting
a
pool. So yeah, definitely check in with Sherry just in case. Okay. We grew up in South Africa. We all had swimming pools. You know, it was because of the heat. So as a kid, we always had a swimming pool somewhere in the backyard. Yeah. But the one that was the nicest was a corner. We lived on a corner unit. And the house was in a long shape facing the street that way. And the other side had the long pool on that side. So it was like this L-shaped water and house. And that house was just amazing. When you went to the pool, you felt like you were in a resort. You were completely away from the house. And it had a fence around it. That just was an incredible gift to grow up in a house like that as a kid. Yeah.
Wonderful.
Okay, so let's have a look at my yard. So we've placed the water in the southeast and the southwest. So let's say I was to put in a hot tub. Mm-hmm. Where would we position it? Would you still do it where the water zones are, or could we plonk it in the middle somewhere?
Another thing about Feng Shui is you have to take in a little bit of, everything with a grain of salt too. But I would put it in the southeast, Moira. I would have it in the southeast if it was my home. But at times, depending on laws and zoning laws, you can't do that. But I would definitely put it where either the wood element was required or the water element, because once again, wood is fed by water, which is very good. I wouldn't put it in the south area, because it is the fire element. You know, that's the home of the fire element.
Yeah, you don't want to put the
Southwest,
fire, you don't
maybe.
want to put the
Yeah.
fire out with
No, you don't.
that
No,
fame.
no. But I definitely keep it in the southeast. That's where
I have to tell you that ever since we've got this done, my neighborhood has been buzzing.
Is
They
it?
are all, they come to take
Oh,
photographs. People are stopping
oh,
to have a look and chatting with me over the fence if I'm out walking in the
oh,
garden.
wow.
It's become a hot topic because it's just the most beautiful garden in the neighborhood, apparently. So yeah, thank you for that.
Oh,
I
and
wanted
that's,
to ask you about air, because the air conditioner, of course, is lodged right in the southwest zone, and we've
yeah.
got little wood panels around it now. How does that fit in, first of all? My second question is, how does the air element enter into Feng Shui?
Well, in Feng Shui, the air element isn't there. It's not an element as it is in Ayurvedic medicine. However, the air element is very, very much a form of yin wind. Feng Shui means wind and water. So really, wind is a yang form of air, basically. And the chi is brought into us via air currents into our homes and around our properties and the environment. So air is it's necessary. It's a very vital part of Feng Shui. It brings the chi in. So when I'm doing a consultation, since I have taken my color mirrors course, I bring the air element or the clear essences into all of my consultations, because the clear essences in color mirrors are purifying. They choose to give clarity. So I use it as a spritzer when I'm going around a house for space clearing. You can use other elements, of course, but to me, the air element or any of the clear, like clear angel, is perfect for space clearing in Feng Shui.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So let's say that because of zoning, I couldn't put a hot tub in the area you suggest, the southeast. Okay, and I had to put it somewhere else. Is this where the color mirrors essences would come in to help?
Yes.
That energy, is that how you would use it?
Yes, because most of the Feng Shui remedies are based on the elements, whether you have too much earth in one area, or according also to, there's another form of Feng Shui called Flying Star Feng Shui. And I'm sure most of you have heard of it, where every year annually, it's called the stars fly in, and certain years, there's specific elements, that need to be neutralized or transformed. And the elements of color mirrors are an excellent modality to do that. You can do that with. And I've used it myself. Right now, the southeast this year is kind of a little bit of a naughty. It has a bit of a naughty energy, but that's inside your home. That's not outside.
Wood.
Yeah.
In the home. Okay.
In the home, not outside. And the main way to diminish that negative, nasty, naughty energy is with metal. So yesterday I went around my house and I've got all my metal elements in, and I used my beautiful metal essence spray, and I can feel the change within 4 or 5 minutes. The shifting is phenomenal. That's why I'm so happy to have these beautiful essences for my practice, because it's something tangible that my clients can utilize in their homes, right? And also the oils. The oils are fabulous for bathing. Most Feng Shui, people come to me for Feng Shui. It's deeper than just the environment of their home. They have a lot of issues too. So color mirrors is an excellent modality for me to use with Feng Shui. And that's why I've integrated into my business. And it's just beautiful.
The truth of it is, people come to you and go, I have a problem, and it's internal. Yes. And whether they address it internally or externally, maybe through a Feng Shui consultation, it two end up mirroring and supporting one another anyway. Change your space, something inside you is going to change, right?
Yes, Moira.
Now, there's archangels that connect to the elements as well. Have you incorporated the archangels in some way?
I have incorporated the archangels in a lot of my own grids. When I'm at home, in my office, I will use Archangel Michael, Archangel Uriel, Archangel Michael for the south, Uriel for the north, Gabriel for the east, and Raphael for the west. And I will make a little grid and make my own bagua with the archangels. And I haven't done it so much for a client yet, but these are things that will be in the making down the road.
Yeah. Oh, nice. Yeah, because I love how the elementals and the archangels
just beautiful together.
Yeah. Right, let's have a look if there's any more questions happening here. Lisa says, I had the privilege of having Sherry Feng Shui my home. Immediately when I made changes, I had a few reading requests. Wow. Family dynamics much better, and a few other benefits. I highly recommend having Sherry do a consultation for you. Philippa says, this is a fascinating Feng Shui conversation. Oh, that's amazing. Okay, guys, honestly, if you've got any Feng Shui questions, pop them in here quickly. And so we can answer them before we go over to the to your number 1, 2, or 3 pick. Remember, if you haven't picked 1, 2, or 3 yet, there are elementals this week. So let's see which elemental is important for you. Sherry and I will chat with you about that. So Sherry, what's next for you now? What is the next stage?
Oh boy, that's a loaded question. I have so many things going on right now. I'm writing, I'm writing for Amy's magazine. I'm writing for 2 other small magazines. And the book is coming.
I want to know, sorry, hang on. Before you go into the book, what did you write in the pink issue? Give us a little teaser.
Well, I wrote all about love. Love and pink love. In the pink, about health and money, and all the 3 things we're always worried about is relationships, money, and our health. And I gave a little tips on how you can utilize that in your home with the color pink. And it's fun. It's a little bit lighter. This was a little bit of a lighter. I enjoyed this one. It wasn't as heavy as red, but red is so beautiful and beautifully auspicious. And with coral next, I think I'm going to have some fun with the peach blossom in that issue and talk about how we can find love and give you your own personal directions on what to do and how to find love.
Oh, nice. I'm looking forward to reading your pink article now. Okay, so you're still writing for the magazine, and then you said you have a book coming up?
Well, I'm working on with another collaborative group. I understand that there's one here with Color Mirrors too, but
yeah, I'm on pause at the moment because
I know.
COVID, yeah.
And I have been approached by 3 or 4 other people in the industry in the holistic field, and I'm thinking about it. I haven't made any definite plans yet, but I am planning a workshop, a Color Mirrors workshop for, I'm thinking maybe the end of September, 1st of October with the Color Mirrors Angels.
Nice.
And we all can use.
You'll announce that on your Facebook group.
So I will, yes. And I think it's going to be really fun. Very joyous and uplifting, which is really what it should be all about. If it's not about joy and love, what are we in it for, right? Right. So we are all here to be happy and to be loved and to have fun, and we're all part of the bigger picture of God's plan. And life can be challenging, but it's also very beautiful at the same time. So that is what I do now. I am doing soulful feng shui.
Soulful feng shui. I love it. Very love it. Okay. So fascinating subject and talk, says Leslie. Lisa Shemaine says, so every year the home shifts. What time of year do I need to schedule another consultation? She's so proactive, Lisa. She's always ahead of the game.
Yeah. You have to have your remedies in by February 4th of every year. That's when the shifts start to change, from February 4th to the next year. It goes kind of along the Chinese calendar. Okay. But the flying stars feng shui is fascinating, and I really, really recommend everyone gets them in their home and get your remedies in every year, because I have seen it in my own life where it really does bring balance, and it works. You have to see it yourself. You have to try it yourself to believe it. Yeah.
Well, I know my garden patio area feels it's so special, and I can't wait for all these lockdowns to stop, so I can invite a few people over to actually come and feel it and see for themselves. Yeah. Okay, so Sherry, let's move on to a couple of readings for everybody who's picked. Remember, if you picked 1, 2, or 3, it's about to be revealed. So make sure that you've picked your 1, 2, or 3, and it's going to be an element is the theme because of Sherry and our Feng Shui chat today. So let me go and share screen and bring the bottles up. There we go. So if you picked number 1, guys, you picked the metal. Ooh, that lovely soft golden metal color. So what must people do with metal who pick number 1? Where can metal go in their house or garden? What can they do, Sherry?
Well, metal is a beautiful element for alchemy, and for the metal element brings clarity, brings a lot of peace, and it's a piercing energy. So if you want focus, it's great to use for that. In your home, metal is beautiful in specific zones. As I said before, I would have to have your plan, so I can't tell you where to put it unless I do a consultation for you. But metal is an excellent metal to diminish these inauspicious energies that come into our homes every year. Yeah.
Nice. I love it. Okay, so Anne, I know you picked number 1, so now you and Diane were number 1s, right? So metal for you, bring some metal into your life this upcoming week. Those of you who picked number 2, you have the earth, copper.
Ooh, copper.
So what can they do with earth?
Earth, the earth element, our grounding Gaia, Mother Earth. One of my favorite essences, because the fragrance it just smells like the earth. And as far as this one goes, you could use this anywhere in your home, especially in areas like the Southwest or the Northeast, and the center of your home is very good for the earth.
So that would be things like pot plants as well, right?
Yes, yeah.
Soil or stones, minerals,
soil,
that kind of thing.
Yeah, stoneware, earthenware, and all earth tone colors, all the earth tones, like coppers and yellows and burnt orange, like that rusty color too, terracotta. So those are definitely the earth element there.
Nice. Yeah. I love it. Fabulous. Okay, so as you pick number 2, you now know you got to get some earthing and earth into the house, into your home. Those of you pick number 3, you've got the water turquoise element.
Oh, beautiful. The beautiful turquoise, the water element, represents and associated with the north in Feng Shui. And it's beautiful for emotional, for helping your emotions and that sort of thing. You can put blue in pretty much the wood areas, like you had the southeast.
The water fountain in my southeast.
Yeah, and the north also.
And that would be at my front door.
Yes, would be, yes.
No, because I picked number 3, so that's why I'm asking you.
Okay, now, yeah, you could put that at your front door. But if you're doing Feng Shui internally under a roof, you have to have your flying stars done first before I can tell you where.
Exactly where it goes. Yeah. I had that water fountain that's now in the back in the southeast corner or zone. I had that actually at the front door last year. It felt really nice there. Yeah.
Okay.
It felt nice, but it's now that the patio is built, it just has more purpose there.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for that. Mm-hmm. So I'm hoping everybody who picked their 1, 2, and 3 that you're going to be off organizing a metal, earth, and water element somewhere in your home or your garden, or asking Sherry where it can go. Please join her group, Colors of Feng Shui Facebook group. And after the Sherry, just pop a link to your Facebook group into the feed so people can pick it up, so they can ask to join your group, and maybe they can ask you a couple of questions and how to get hold of you and your upcoming workshop details, anything that you want to share with them.
Very well.
Okay. So I'm hoping, let me just do one last check here. Beautiful. One of my favorites, says Jeanette. Philippa, I have such extensive knowledge. Sherry, you exude Feng Shui. Yeah, she does. She's right, Philippa.
Thank you, Philippa.
Yeah. Well, Sherry, you are an amazing asset to the Color Mirrors family. And I want to thank you so much for taking the time to come and share your wisdom and your incredible knowledge. Thank you for helping me and my family with our garden. It was very important to us that we got it right, that we leave a bit of a legacy when we move on from here, that we've done something for the earth and for the energies here. I have to tell you, my neighbors were, although they love what I've done and they've taken photographs, a lot of them have actually been spurred into action. I don't think they were so happy about that, to clean their gardens up. The
Oh,
energy
see,
is spreading out,
that's
and we
the
had
energy. Oh,
yeah, we had a chap a couple of rows down whose garden was always a mess. And when we started, he was looking, and then he started asking for advice, and he started moving. He put a new shed up and tidied up, and he's watering the lawn, and not just him, a
ah,
few others have done it as well. So that energy of Feng Shui
it
definitely
just,
goes beyond your
it-
fences. Yeah.
yeah, we have to take care of our planet for sure and our environment. It's very important today in a collective,
Yeah.
also for collective consciousness. So
Starts
that's
with one
wonderful.
starts with one family doing their yard Feng
Mhm.
Shui, and then the energy goes out.
Yeah, oh, that's beautiful.
Thank
Beautiful.
you, Sherry. I deeply appreciate you coming to share with us. And just guys, send her lots of loves and hugs and kisses on the comment box. She's done an excellent job today. I thank you so much for sharing, Sherry.
Thank you, Moira, for having me. It was a delight. Thank you.
You could see Cody couldn't keep off our laps.
Oh,
Your little dog
uh,
managed to stay still, hey?
yeah, I had to lock him out of my room, actually.
Oh, shame. We don't
I
want
know he's at the
coming on
door.
the show.
He's clawing at the door as I speak.
Oh, then it's time for us to end it. Okay, my darlings, thank you for watching. Goodbye, everybody, and hopefully we'll do another one next Monday. I'm still booking a guest for that one, so I might see you next Monday. Cheers.